early finish and not have to worry about the late game damage potential that you were kind of hinting on. There goes that CC though. This is a play by Nact. We got to see it a lot yesterday and in the regular season. He pulls out the CC. He's able to pretty much out-rotate the CLOUD and outshine, but this time he's going to be going up against Chicken.
To game number 4. Will this end in the hands of C9? Will BTK take us to game 5?
Man, it kind of feels like we're watching a repeat of week 2 when both of these teams fought it out in this same exact situation. BTK down 1-2 up against CLOUD9 and forced to try and even out this series, or will be dropped down into the lower bracket. Will BTK be able to pull this off, or will we see CLOUD9 move on forward as the first grand finalist?
Definitely up in the air, and Hoon on a a lot of damage on a Hoon there. Yikes.
Yeah, a lot of damage. He bursted pretty low. He almost fell right there.
So, I mean, at this point, Hoon is going to be on the Jushin. I'm wondering, like I said before, I'm wondering how he's going to play it. Is he going to play it as good as Mark Cutie played it? Is this Aurora maybe a good answer to it? You do have some nice poke and nice range with the Aurora, and adding the freeze on that. The Jushin can't just kind of freely sit there, right? Jushin has to maybe move back when Aurora's bringing down those icicles, because if Aurora just tries to continue the kite, you get frozen, you get some damage to your face, and what we just saw almost happens.
Yeah, needing to be careful, especially with the freeze. Can catch them in their tracks. I mean, just such a bully right now with Mark Cutie, just pretty much not allowing BTK to really push in. Here goes the turtle play that we were looking for. Looks like best player is going to be able to secure it, and we know that BTK, with the early game composition, they're the ones who needs to take this.
Yeah, I mean, it's an early game, but also, like, just having Bane, I think, again, man, the Bane is going to have some trouble here. It's not going to jungle as fast as best player on this Julian. It's not going to move around the map as fast as best player on this Julian. So I think it's a lot of things are coming down to the rest of the team right now and how they create space for Zane to get to that turtle. Can they delay the turtle enough that he can kind of catch up and be there to match best player? Because with having the Matilda, having the Claude, having the CC, Cloud9 can kind of be anywhere they want a little bit before BTK, and that's going to be the answer that BTK has to bring.
Yeah, and Cloud9 off to a good start, taking this turtle to work in their favor. We have to see how BTK responds, right? If they're not going to be able to get these turtles, even with this early game composition, they need to get to the side lanes. They need to find a possible trade-off.
Yeah, so let's see if they can pull it off. Taking a look at some of the items. Zane not too far behind. Zia did just get in the War Axe, so a little bit more damage over to Zia. Zia, I think, if they can get him involved into these fights a little bit earlier, if they can get the full 5-man, then it is good. But Zia in a little bit of trouble.
Ooh, 3-man rotation, circling Eagle, the flyby, and best player will be the one to deal the finishing blow. Zia will fall.
This is what I mean by the movement, and now even more damage on mlbb. He should be able to get away from this, but it's going to be a little bit of gold plating over the side of Cloud9, and BTK always going to be a little bit slow to the party.
Ooh, speaking of slow to the party, Mark Cutie almost fell right there. It does have Cool World to keep him alive. To be able to take down these minions was almost a costly play. I think they're going to go in for it. No, he is going to go ahead and recall back. Shark, though, he doesn't look like he wants to let him go for free.
He's waiting. He's like, come on, recall, bro. We'll see what happens. We'll roll the dice a little bit. Shark now finally getting into the face of best player, though. Hoon finally getting kind of into the groove of zoning them back, and this should be a turtle over to BTK, so holding themselves in the game.
Ooh, the rotation's a little slow by best player right there. Circling Eagle.
Oh!
You're going to see Sandstorm connect. Both sides fighting it out. Best player, though, will find mlbb. Blake Duet goes down. Best player taking down Shark. 2 members falling. That's a double kill for best player. Hoon may be next. Wants to go back to the base. Chicken left to defend. We'll be able to clear out these minions in the mid lane.
And BTK, when they get the turtle, they get themselves back into the game, and then they push a little bit too far on that, maybe trying to be aggressive, trying to take a camp, and it bites them forward. Cloud9 now still with a nice lead. Nothing too crazy, but in control.
Yeah, I mean, they're inching their way up in these objectives, which is going to help them, especially as we get closer to that 10-minute mark. And BTK, they did a good job, though. They were able to out-rotate best player. Even though they lost the first turtle, they were able to make up for it with the second one. So that's still going to keep them in this game. Only down by about 1,000 gold so far.
Yeah, we need that. You know, we saw last time, we saw a nice Raging Sandstorm come in from Fried Chicken, but it still didn't feel like enough. Cold World does go down there, so mlbb finds the pick-off. He needs that kill, honestly, after taking the death to put himself a little bit more into this game.
Yeah, they definitely need that one right there. And Cold World, he was just caught out of position. He couldn't even move. The chain CC, too much to handle. Zia going up against Nats, actually, on the bot side. It looks like both sides rotated. You are looking at Chicken on the top side up against Basic with the Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud9 make the swap, and I think Nats will have a decent time against the Ruby. Nats is going to have a good time overall on the CC, and it just fits well into what Cloud9 wants to bring, which is this very kiting type of composition, this composition that wants to move in, move out. Yes, we maybe lack crowd control, but we can just do chip damage, do burst damage, get out as fast as possible with the Matilda. They do have the big Frigid Glacier from Marcuti, so there still is some crowd control there, but overall, Cloud9's composition is very straightforward. It is kind of, you know, we're dancing here. We're moving, and you got to be able to catch us if you want to kill us.
Yeah, BTK looking to do the tango right now for the third turtle of this game. Here comes Cloud9 circling Eagle in. There goes that lantern play. Best player able to take the turtle for Cloud9, but needs to get back to safety. Hit with the time offended. Zia will secure the kill on him. One member down for Cloud9, but a turtle secured.
All right, very well played from both sides there. The Frigid Glacier, first of all, was beautifully placed by Marcuti. mlbb tries to move out, but to get in range for the retry, he ends up getting frozen by it. Luckily, BTK does still get that kill onto best player, which is huge and kind of evening out that trade. And BTK still hanging out. And as long as they keep this gold at not too far of at a deficit, they're still very much in this game.
Ooh, there goes the Raging Sandstorm. The Desert Tornado forces out the circling Eagle. Wraps all the way around town on the Hoon. Still in the fight, though. Fox that lantern. Both sides find it out. Enhanced chains connects. Fried Chicken forces a quicksand. mlbb will take a turret on the bot side. Best player able to get a kill. Chicken finds Nats. 1-for-1 for both sides. Yeah. Shark and Nats are down. There goes the Pride of Ice from Marcuti. Zia, very low, needs to get back to safety, but best player has the enhanced sights, may be able to use it to extend the distance, but Zia will make it back to safety. But look at Zane.
Yeah, once again, Zia's Ruby is just disgusting, and all that's happening in a 4v5 situation pretty much. Wade Hoon in trouble, goes down to best player. That's big for Cloud9. The blows are finally starting to go back and forth, but this time BTK bringing the macro game.
Yeah, but BTK, I mean, they have to keep putting on this pressure, right? They need to keep this game under control because the late game damage is going to be a threat, especially with Basic. They have yet to find a kill on him so far, and he already has the DHS.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot. Basic, though, yeah, like you said, I mean, Basic has consistently been like the sleeper agent on the team of Cloud9. You never know exactly when he's going to pop off, but at some point, it will come.
And this may be the time. Chicken forced to use that Raging Sandstorm back to safety, and that will be that turret falling as Chicken is going to go ahead and recall back to the base. That is going to be both sides able to claim some real estate on this map as the Lord spawns in.
Look at, all right, so we see Fried Chicken this time go to the long lane, trying to control it, trying to push it back. This will help him have a little bit of an advantage over the Lord. But Basic also playing the top side. Both teams making sure side lanes are controlled. Deadly Catch comes out. A lot of resources burnt up from both teams.
Yeah, you did see that Frostly Breeze come out over there by Marcuti. Doing a great job on this Aurora. Even though he's not stacked up in the kills, the crowd control aspect that he brings to these fights is huge for Cloud9. As you are seeing the Lord in play, both sides ready to do the dance in the Lord pit, but neither side going to find the opportunity they were looking for, so they'll disengage.
And I want to keep our eyes on this bot lane. It is the slow build-up. I do think BTK's wave ends up winning out and getting the slow push up. And that is going to be important as this fight. If this fight really drags on the long haul, eventually Cloud9 has to send someone back. So I don't know if they want to try to rush this, if they want to slow play this, but it's definitely going to kind of be a battle of the macro here. BTK finally maybe making the advance.
Yeah, unfortunate though. Zane is the one who has to be the pusher with this Bane. Both sides fighting it out. So Raging Sandstorm from Chicken to initiate. Frigid Glacier does connect. Zia and mlbb caught by Marcutie, but still in position for the retry play. Avatar the Guardian dropping down for the airborne knockup, and Zia with the follow through. We'll find Nact basic taking down mlbb. No retry for BTK. Best player will find Zia. 2-for-1 trade. Able to take down Shark as well for the double kill. Circling Eagle, the flyby, and who will fall? Cold World able to hit him from a mile away, and also finds Fried Chicken for the double kill. And a tier 3 turret for the mid lane. Possible tier 2 as well. Now making their way into an inhibitor. They have minions still in play in 7 seconds before Zia spawns in. The base has been opened up. They don't have minions to follow up with it though, so they'll disengage.
Yeah, that was a close call, but they get so much profit off of that. And finally, the gold really scales into Cloud9's advantage here. It goes from being a 1 to 2K gold lead to about 6,000, not to mention the inhibitor, not to mention the map control, plus a Lord on top of that. In the end, Cloud9's dancing composition of this back and forth wins out. Fried Chicken lands the big flicker sandstorm, but it's just not enough, and BTK lose member after member, all for just Nats.
Yeah, Basic now going to be able to get that core trinity we were looking for, so he's going to be hitting very hard. There goes the Wind of Nature to top it off, especially against the heavy physical damage that BTK has. Now looking at this Lord marching through the mid lane. They may go in for a potential game ender. They only have to go through 2 inhibitors and the base crystal, but BTK, full 5-man left to defend.
All right, so they will be able to maybe shred this down, but Cloud9 at any point could make the strike. BTK has to play it careful. I don't think they should try to engage in anything. They need to hang out, let Cloud9 come to them, because if White Chicken goes too deep, if Shark goes too deep, the damage that Cloud9 has right now is enough to change things up. But look at the play.
Oh, circling Eagle, Cold World able to escape with the hair of HP. Uses a lot of utility as well. Who will find best player? One down for the side of Cloud9. Nats will take down Chicken, make that 2 for BTK. Basic finding Zia. 2-for-1 trade. Nat will take down Shark. That's 3 members down for the Bloodthirsty Kings. Zane and Hoon left to pick up the pieces. The 4-man rotation from Cloud9 through the mid lane. Trex, I think they're looking to close it out. I think they're looking for a finish. Circling Eagle onto Zane. Forcing out the deadliest catch, but Zane very low. Nact will take him down. All is left is Hoon to defend against Basic. Marcutie and Cold World, the inhibitor, will fall on the top side. I think they're going to go in, though. Hoon trying to clear this minion in time. Zia spawns in alongside Fried Chicken, and Cloud9 will leave the base.
All right, it's getting closer. Cloud9 still taking their time with it. Zia comes back up in just a second, but once again, man, Fried Chicken and Shark make this engage up in that top inhibitor, and Mobazane's not there. He's clearing bot. He's got to go back to base for health. He's not there, and there's just no damage to follow up on these big crowd control plays that BTK's trying to make. And even though they're under the tower, the big frigid glacier comes down, and Cloud9 just seems to be getting the better of them in these fights. Taking a look at the items, Zane does finally get in the Malefic Roar. I'm guessing last item might just end up being a BOD? Maybe just go for the full damage, make sure that crab cannon can actually take some people out. On the side of Basic, though, he just finished out his last item, Malefic Roar locked in, and here comes a big fight. Yeah,
there goes the Pride of Ice, but Zane gonna gobble it up with the deadliest catch. Down goes Marcutie. This could work in BTK's favor, though. They do have the numbers, but look at the wave management right now for Cloud9.
Yeah, the waves are going to be a problem. This is what Cloud9 did last time. Once you're down this many towers, it is tough to fight for these lords. You got to kind of rush them. Fried Chicken holding down the bot lane, the long lane, just trying to relieve some pressure so that BTK can maybe make the move.
Yeah, trying to buy some time. Now forced to take this fight in the Lord Pit with Marcutie not there. BTK does have the numbers, but it's not going to stop Cloud9 from engaging. Circling Eagle from Cold World back to safety. Chicken immobilized. There goes the Lantern over there by Hoon. Trying to zone them out. I'm offended. Double set. Zia finds Nath. Zane finds the Lord. Basic with the BMI with the Blazing Duet. Finds Mobazane. May be able to get another Winter Crown. Procced on Cold World. Chicken.
That's huge.
We'll wait and take him down. Basic Marcutie left to go back, but the Lord has been secured by the Bloodthirsty Kings.
I just want to say I've been waiting for a game like this. The past 3, let's be honest, it's just been stomps. It's just been snoozers. But now we finally got a little bit of a back and forth. Cloud9 wins a fight. BTK wins a fight, and it is down the line right now. If BTK can clear some inhibitors here, it is a tie game all around.
Yeah, basic best player is going to spawn in. Cold World as well, so it's going to be a full 5v5 as Zane is now going to join the party as well. The base now being opened for Cloud9. They had the chance to close this out, but BTK quickly finding the pieces and putting them together, and now has an advantage to even out this series.
Yeah, let's take a look at this replay, man. BTK did so well at zoning out in that final big flicker sandstorm paired up with the I'm Offended. Basic tries to do something. He tries to lock onto Hoon, but the Lantern Flare is just too much. Hoon finally finding his groove here. I mean, he's literally, him and Fried Chicken are just zoning Cloud9 at bay, letting Mobazane have free reign over the Lord Pit. And now opposite inhibitors are broken down. Opposite side lanes are going to be having more powerful minions and closing in. BTK with the pressure.
Yeah, and right now, hey, I love to say it, pressure does one or two things. It either bursts pipes or makes diamonds, and we're going to see which side is holding on to the diamonds and which side is going to have some bursting pipes. 10-15 on the scoreboard. Now getting to that 16-minute mark, everybody ready for the late game battle. A full 5v5 engagement may be on the way. Cloud9, they don't even have wave management no more. It is an even playing field.
Definitely an even playing field. I do still think Cloud9 are going to be able to kind of dance still a bit more, but it is going to be tough for them now that we're getting to this. I mean, it's 52K to 52K. We're getting to end game items here. It is going to be tough for Cloud9 to really break through what BTK has. And as long as nobody gets caught off on BTK, if they can bring the full 5v5, they should have the advantage here. They have more crowd control. They have enough damage. They have sustainability to hang out in these Lord Pits. Cloud9 has to really come at this in an angle. They also need to look for a pickoff, which is kind of going to be tough. Or Marcuti has to bring down the perfect Frigid Glacier. Other than that, it's just got to be a macro game, because I don't think Cloud9's going to have a lot of trouble taking the big 5v5 here. And here goes one at the top.
Yeah, the 5v5 on the way. Chicken to initiate with the Raging Sandstorm, forcing out Basic to use that Blazing Duet. Counterplay, Marcuti takes down Hoon. This may have been a mistake by the Bloodthirstykings. Shark caught out of position, taking a lot of damage. Needs to go back to safety. Vengeance proc by Nact, still on the chase. Koro wrapping around Marcuti beside him. Uses the Guiding Wind, trying to expand and trying to get a kill on the Shark, but able to go back to safety. But look at the Lord. This may be a chance for Cloud9 to claim this. They don't have Kun. They have the numbers, and BTK forced to clear these minions.
Man, BTK seems to be continuously taking fights that maybe they shouldn't. They should have played for Lord Pit control. They should have played for control on the bot side, but try to make the big play happen and pay for it. Hoon is bursted down. Cloud9 with the big burst potential. Best player just gets in the winner crown, and this is going to make him be able to hang around even longer on this Lord push.
Basics are going to pick up the immortality as well, so they're getting some insurance policies out before this storm hits. Sounds kind of familiar for us Floridians, as you are going to go ahead and see the Lord make its way down the mid lane. The push from Cloud9 to try and close out the series with the Nats prediction 3-1. BTK holding up that shield. Cloud9 with a dagger looking to pierce through. Deadliest catch goes out from Mobazane. The Lord quickly bursted down, and minions will fall as well. Cloud9 has to make a decision here. Do they continue to engage? There goes the I'm Offended for the setup, forcing out the Winter Crown. There goes the Circling Eagle as well. The stun onto Nash. BTK still standing strong. Cloud9
top side.
disengage from the base, and BTK able to hold that shield and push them out.
They are hanging on for dear life right now, and they are doing it well. The Crab Claw Cannon is just chunking people down. The amount of just peel that BTK has, or stiff arm, whatever you want to call it, the the ability to stop Cloud9 from jumping in completely, just holding them at bay is there for BTK right now. And here we go. Here you see it. Items almost completely maxed out. mlbb did go for the Blade of Despair as his final item. On the side of BTK, we also have Shark finally kind of finishing things out. He's got the Blade armor locked in as well, which is a big deterrent for Basic. On the side of White Chicken, he just locked in the Winter Crown. He's got the Blade of Hepatitis. He's going to be putting out a little bit more damage to kind of hybrid this out, went almost fully defensive, but kind of drops the cherry there with a little bit of damage at the end. And that could be the thing that really helps BTK out in some of these fights. And then Hoon as well, man. The Lantern Flare has just been so helpful in these sieges and defending against Cloud9. Just like what Cloud9 did to BTK last time, where you weren't able to jump in because of it, BTK is doing the same thing.
Well, it is now or never for BTK, their most important game of this entire NACT fall season. They need this victory to be able to even out this series up against Cloud9. Cloud9, they're one victory away from securing a seat as a grand finalist. You can definitely tell a lot is on the line and the anticipation is climbing. Everybody going wild, but this can only end one way with one team being victorious. But the question is, who will that be?
Oh, Basic hanging out down on the boss side. He's got to control this wave. They have to control this bottom wave because it is going to be one that seems to be pressuring onto Cloud9. But honestly, if Cloud9 can control it, they can go for some cheeky plays here. They have Basic on the Claude. They have him on the signature backdoor hero in his pocket. You pair that up with the Matilda, who can get him back to safety at any moment. It is definitely scary. BTK knows this. They want to try to rush this Lord.
This is our longest game yet. In the battle for the Lord on the way, already down to 50% HP. Bot side, you are looking at Basic on a split push. Do they know he's there? There goes a recall.
Yeah, they got to go back.
Yeah, they have to defend. This is going to be Zia who's going to go back. No, he cancels it. No, he does go back. So Basic will not be able to split push. This may be an opportunity, though, for the Bloodthirstykings to take this Lord. There goes the Vengeance. Proc, Nact, stunned, forced to use a Winter Crown. Best player trying to do damage onto this Lord. While he has the separation, Marcuti will find a kill, takes down Hoon. The Avatar the Guardian dropping down. Best player able to take the Lord for Cloud9. Marcuti finding Shark. 2 members down for the Bloodthirstykings. Zia forcing out the immortality from Nact. Hit with the airborne knockup, trying to get to safety. Trying to sustainability, rushes back in. Able to take down Nact. Another Winter Crown. Proc, untargetable. Basic will find mlbb. Marcuti able to survive. Best player will take down Zia. Chicken, let the load. 4 members of Cloud9. There goes another Winter Crown by Chicken and immortality to top it off, but not enough to withstand the pressure from Cloud9. Able to get a full wipeout on the Bloodthirstykings and able to take down the base Crystal. That is going to be a 3-1 close and a seat into the grand finals. You saw mlbb on the camera. Now you see Basic on the opposite side. You see the flag. They're ready to go. They're locked and loaded and have made it into the grand finals for NACT.
Cloud9 once again